Hi friends, it's Julie Golding Page, independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator here in St. Stephen, New Brunswick, Canada, along the tidal Scoodic or St. Croix River, the traditional territory and home of the Passamaquoddy. And I'm grateful that they share this beautiful place with us. Welcome to my video for this week, and thank you to everyone who voted on which item I should demonstrate today. If you haven't watched my videos before, every Monday or Tuesday, I go on and post a couple of different products and ask input on which item I should use this week. So I will get right to our project, and also I have some crafting news to share with you. So let's get right to it. All right, so here you can see the card we're going to be making today. It's a super simple one using a discounted paper, which is also really cute. And this glimmer paper is also on discount right now, so as well as the stamp set. So we'll get right to those. But first I wanted to share a little bit of crafting news with you. So very first, I wanted to let you know what my June ordering special is. So if you order with me in June, a minimum order of $60 before tax and shipping, and you can order with me from anywhere in Canada, then I will send you at the end of the month, whenever my order comes in, a free pack of embellishments as well as a free card to make. So that's how I want to sweeten the deal for you this June if you need some crafting supplies for the summer. Also, I am super excited to show you my new graphics with new sneak peeks of the cards we're going to be using, or be making rather, in our summer takeaway classes. So these classes will be available as of July 18th. You can sign up now. And I need everybody to RSVP by the 28th of June if you want in on these classes. And then I will put them all together, including a $25 goodie bag that includes coordinating products. So it might have things like paper or embellishments or ribbon, that sort of thing, as well as all the pre-cut pieces to make cards you see here. We'll be making 3 cards in each class, plus the $25 goodie bag to keep on crafting after the class. And the classes are available anywhere in Canada. So I will be pre-recording the videos, and I'll send out the videos in July to everybody. So everybody should have all the items by early August for these classes. So here's the first one, based on Sunshine Vibes. So one will be using the colors that come in the Boho Vibes paper, and the other card you see here is using really bright colors for a whole different rainbow effect. So I'll have all of that ready for you. And here's the other class I'm going to be offering for a summer pre-recorded class, and it's called On the Go. So it's travel and adventure related. There's a couple of the sneak peeks of the cards we'll be doing. If you're interested in these cards, I have a link right here in this post for online classes. Just click on that and it has all the information on how to RSVP and all of that stuff. If you have any questions, just message me. I'll be happy to help you out. And this also is something I'm really excited about. This is the upcoming Paper Pumpkin class. As you can see here, it's available to order anytime now to July 10th. And look at the gorgeous box it comes with. This really pretty strawberry box. And it gives you 8 cards. So they're going to be doing 2 each of 4 different designs. And I've seen some other sneak peeks, and they're strawberry oriented. So if you like strawberries like me, they're my favorite fruit. I love this time of year because of all the strawberries. Then this kit is the one for you. It includes everything that you need to make all 8 cards. And this kit will ship after the deadline to register, so it'll ship as of July 11th. Okay, so you'll get it sometime in July. And it does come by courier, so you don't have to worry about the Canada Post potential disruption if it's still going on by then. So that's what I wanted to share with you today. And now we'll get right on to our project. So let's go ahead and we will do our die cutting first. So first we're going to die cut the glimmer paper here and also our sentiment piece. If you don't have a die cut machine, I can hook you up with a small one of those, and I'll be demonstrating with the small machine. It's a great starter one if you're not sure kind of how much you want to get into die cutting, because it's quite a bit less expensive than the standard sized one. But if you don't have a machine and you want to make this card, just cut pieces with your trimmer and then cut a chevron shape in either end, or even just do an angle cut just on an angle, and that'll get you going for now until you get a machine. All right, so let's get going on that. I will bring over my mini Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. It's just this little guy. I'm going to flip down the plates here, and we will cut our pieces. So it comes with instructions. Mine are kind of worn off because I've used this so much. And basically you make a sandwich for your pieces of paper and your dies that you use to cut. So we put plate number 1. Then we have 2 plates that have number 2. So we put a number 2 plate down. Then we get our piece of paper. So there it is. That's our glimmer paper. And I'll show you a little more about that later because it's actually on discount because they're clearing it out right now. And here's our die that we're going to use. So this is from the Stylish Shapes dies. One of the 2 sets that I use the most. The other one is Perennial Postage. So I really like these particular dies because they're so useful year-round. So we put our plate number 2. That's kind of like our bread. Our filling is our paper. And then our die with the cutting side down. So you can feel which side is the cutting side. It's not sharp, but this side is just flat. So you want the cutting side down because you want to cut into the paper, right? And then we're going to put plate number 2, another one, our final piece of bread, if you like, on the top. Now you can see how weathered this plate is. I have brand new ones in my closet, but this one still works just fine. So I'm just going to keep using it until it kind of gives up the ghost. And then we're just going to crank it through with our hand. It's good to push down. I'm standing to do this, and I find that works the best with the little machine. And I'm pushing down with my left hand. Now, if you are left-handed, you can flip the machine around and do it the opposite way and crank with your left hand instead. So it's really nice because you can just flip it around like that. Lots of tools you can't do that if you're left-handed, but this one, it works like that. Okay, so let's see how we did. Oh, and by the way, I'd love to hear where you are watching from today. And if you've ever tried die cutting before, that'd be great to know. So there's our little glimmer paper. And let's do our other piece that we need to cut as well. So the other piece we're going to cut is this sentiment piece right here, this white one that we're going to stamp on. So let's get out our other die. And maybe I'll show you the die set. So here's Stylish Shapes. So I used this big label first, and now I'm going to use this little one that very neatly fits inside. So all these nested shapes just go together so well. And I'm just using a piece of basic white cardstock. And Stampin' Up, since it's a stamping company, it has super smooth white cardstock that is really perfect for stamping. So you get a really nice resolution on your image. Lots of them that you can buy elsewhere, just in a store someplace, are great for many things, but for stamping, this is really what you need. I find it works really well because the smoother your paper is, the better your image is going to turn out. All right, so we're just going to crank that through. And I'm going to move my little machine out of the way. And then we're just going to put our plates away as well, get them out of the way. And then we're going to take, and here we go. I hope you're still with me. Somebody just tried to call me. I forgot to put my phone on airplane mode before I started today, so I hope this works out. But here you go. All right, so those are our 2 papers. So I'm going to show you that glimmer paper that's on sale. So it comes in 2 sheets each of these 3 colors. So you get 6 12 by 12 inch sheets. These are just pieces because that's what I have left after having used it a lot. I believe this one's Cherry Cobbler. This one is Granny Apple Green. And this one is Garden Green. So very, very pretty and glittery colors. And you can see, like, you're not getting glitter coming off. I really like that about the Stampin' Up glimmer papers. The glitter is embedded in the paper, so you don't have to worry about it getting all over your house. I don't think anybody wants a glitter storm, so that's a good thing. All right, so we're going to use our stamp now. And this one you can see I stamped Happy Birthday. This is the Charming Duck Pond stamp set, and it is also being cleared out. So as soon as it's gone for good. They're not restocking. and it's on sale right now. So you can have a look at that. I've got a shopping link right here in this video. So you can see you can stamp all these ducks and some cattails and other things and really nice sentiments. And we're going to use happy birthday. So let's see. Let's put that down, and I'm just going to pick it up with my block so you can read it there. You can see it says happy birthday. And I'm going to use for my ink Pretty Peacock, because that actually coordinates with my cardstock, which is Pretty Peacock, that color there. And it's also in the paper. One of the strengths of Stampin' Up! Is that all of their items coordinate. So when you buy a pack of paper like this, and I'll show you some more designs from this Lily Pond Lane paper after, it'll tell you what all the colors are that are used in the paper, and then you can get coordinating ink and coordinating cardstock, and it really just takes the guesswork away. So it's really helpful that way. All right, so let's just stamp there. All right, and see how that goes. So I find this Pretty Peacock color stamps words really, really nicely because it's a very bold color and it's very precise when you see it. So I like that a lot. So let's close this up and then we will clean our stamp. So again, that was Pretty Peacock, one of my favorite ones to stamp in for words because it works so well. And here is my Simply Chamois. This is how I'm going to clean up my stamp, because almost all of the inks, with just a couple, 2 or 3 exceptions, in the Stampin' Up! World, and there are around 50 colors, almost all of them are water soluble. So this is a chamois you buy from Stampin' Up! And like anything else I'm showing you on screen, pretty much everything I use is going to be from Stampin' Up! All my supplies right down to the adhesives. If there's something that Stampin' Up! Doesn't have that I'm using in a video, I'll let you know. But this is from Stampin' Up! Called the Simply Chamois. You just run it under water. I find that warm water works really well. And when it gets pliable like this, you just wring it out gently, and all you're putting on it is water. And then you can just stamp into it and kind of squish your stamp around to get all the ink out. And look at that. It's all clean again without any chemicals at all. So I really like that about it. It's safe for adults and for kids too, which is super. And I've just got it in a stamp set box. You can buy these boxes separately, which is what I did because I have a few of these to use in in-person classes. And so I just bought a set of those little boxes, and then I keep my chamois in there, and it keeps all the moisture in there instead of on the projects on my desk, which I find helpful. All right, so there's our stamp set. Again, that's called Charming Duck Pond. If you're interested in the items you see in my video today, just click through where it says Learn More. I think it's the first item under the description of what we're doing today here in this post. And it'll take you to my blog where I've got a description of what we're doing today, and I've got a full supply list with pictures of everything. So you'll be able to find all these items. If you can't find them, just send me off a message. I'll be happy to help. All right, so let's start putting this together. Let's put these two things together. And what I'm going to use first is one of my favorite adhesives, which is mini glue dots. So I'm going to put a couple of those on the back of my sentiment here. And the reason I'm not using a liquid glue is the liquid glue will not play nicely with the finish on this glimmer paper. I only use liquid glue when it's paper on paper, but if it's anything that has a different finish than a regular paper, like vellum or glitter or whatever, I always use a dry glue, like a tape glue. Stampin' Up! Has this one, which is called Stampin' Seal, that I really like. It sticks very hard. And these little glue dots. So they really help things to stick together properly. The multi-purpose liquid glue is really great, and I get this from Stampin' Up! As well, and it's a really good glue. But it just, any liquid glue will not go well on this glitter. So I make sure that I don't do that. Okay, why don't we finish that, and we'll put our little dots on as well. So you could use whatever color dots you want. I think I'll go with pink again, like this one. So let's do the large dots here, and we'll put one on either side. Oh, hi, Kathy. I hope you like today's card. I'm using the Lily Pond Lane paper, which is on sale right now because they're clearing it out. And also the accompanying Charming Duck Pond stamp set, which is also on sale. I like that they have all these sale items. They're such a nice deal. All right, so we've got that done. And let's start putting together the rest of the card. I should show you, I've got two versions of this card, because the paper that we're using, Lily Pond Lane, that is on sale right now, is several dollars off its original price. It has different duck scenes. So sometimes you'll want to put your label down here, and other times it'll make more sense to put it up there. So we'll just put this out and see which one we have to use today. So I'm just going to move all that stuff. This is Peach Pie, the card base that I've got. To make this card base, all I did was take an 8.5 by 11 piece of paper and I cut it in half. You can cut it in half either way, and it will make the perfect size to put inside a standard medium envelope from Stampin' Up. So that's what I always tend to do. So there's the card base. Now here's my panel. This panel, let me see how big that is. It is 4 across by 5 1/4 high, and these ones are 5 inches high. So I think I cut that at 2.5. Yeah, so it's 2.5 across and 5 high. And then I'm going to take these coordinating bits that are just the same height, so they're 5 inches high and they're 1/2 inch across, and I'm going to put one on either side there. So why don't we stick those down, and then I'll show you some of the other patterns from the paper, because it really is terrific paper. It's so cute. It's really good for kids or just for anybody, really. So let's put on, let's see, let's try to put the middle piece on first. And I'm glad I have my glass mat underneath because I can center that. So let's see, I'm just going to try to center that. I'm looking at the grid lines here on either side. Let's see, so it'll want to go over just a little bit. That's kind of where it's going to go. All right, so if I arrange that, then I should be able to put these on either side. And I'm going to use my Stampin' Seal just to put some glue on there. My preferred glue is actually Stampin' Seal, but some people like the liquid glue the best. So you just do you. Whatever works for you, I think is great. Everybody kind of has a different preference. And that's one of the things about card making that I really appreciate, is there's room for everybody's personal taste. That makes it really fun, because you can always get an idea by watching a video and then just modify it to suit yourself. All right, so let's see if we can kind of put that on in a similar way over here. All right, and it doesn't have to be perfect. You could measure it if you wanted. I find usually eyeballing it is good enough for me. And then usually you're going to put another element on top of it anyway, so even if it's not perfect, it doesn't matter. All right, so let's try to get it sort of equidistant there, lined up at the top and the bottom. I think that looks reasonably good. Okay, so which card have we got here? Okay, we've got this one, so we'll work with that one. And now we just have one more piece to put on. And before we do that, I will show you the other Lily Pond Lane patterns. So look at this one. This one has a whole scene, so you could cut it into pieces, like for something like this. And it has no ducks, you'll notice. But look what you get in the set of paper. So you could cut out all those individual ducks and put them right into that scene. Or you could cut out these white ones, white background ones, or blue background ones, depending if they're in the water or on the land, and make all kinds of scenes. I can imagine kids especially loving to do that. So that's some of the ideas. It's also got koi, and now I have goldfish, fancy goldfish, and have for many years now, and I love them. So I think this paper is very nice. And look, there's some bigger koi that you can put on your cards, cut them out individually if you like. And we've got these lilies, and then we've got some cattails, and there's lots more different patterns as well. So Lily Pond Lane, and it is several dollars cheaper than usual right now because they are clearing it out. All right, so let's take this and we're going to use another of my favorite adhesives. These are foam Stampin' Dimensionals. So there's these little hexagons and they just pop everything up a bit. And I find that they are great to use. So here we go. And now we can just kind of arrange this wherever looks good on our card. Try to kind of get it straight across. I'm using the grid lines on either side to make sure that it's more or less straight. And there is our very simple card front. So let's put it on our card base and then we'll be all done. So this is a really simple project. And if you'd like to see more of my designs, I invite you to go to my website, which is juliescraftaddict.com. So a lot of the links you'll see in this post will take you there to one of the pages. And you can look back at some of my previous designs as well. And my classes are there. And if you have any questions or you would like to order anything, if you're anywhere in Canada, I can help you out if you don't already have a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and it would be my pleasure to help you. So there you go. There is our simple little card. So I hope you like this card that we made today, and I hope you'll take advantage of some of the sale items that are on really big discount right now on the last chance list. If you can't find them, just send me off a message and I'll send you a link directly to them. All right, thanks again for joining me today. Have a wonderfully crafty week, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.